Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going on another productive Monday adventure. My goal with this series is not only to help you find motivation and get inspired to tackle your projects, but I also want to encourage you to slow down on those to-dos. Really prioritize things that are important to you and to help you sit back and take a look at how you want to be spending your time. So today I've actually just dropped Kaylee off at preschool, so all the kids were at school, and I've got about 2 hours, so that is what we are going to be doing today. Just cleaning house. I've also got some projects to do in the yard before we start getting snow and things really cool down. So we're going to be working on some organization in the kitchen and a little bit of, well, really everything outside. So we're going to get into it first of all by making a little afternoon pick-me-up. I've got my coffee going there on the stove, and then I'm starting out by reorganizing my spice cabinet. Once I had the cabinet all cleared out and then cleaned, I added these 2 produce containers. I actually got these at the Container Store, and I really loved that they were like this wire mesh. That way produce could still breathe, and at the same time you could stack it, but it would be contained. So I've just got 2 of those stacked on top of each other. I know a lot of people use these for like apples or oranges, but I'm actually going to use these to separate my onions and potatoes, bananas. We do have a specific place in the refrigerator for things like apples and oranges, so it's really this kind of like root vegetable produce and bananas that I've been wanting to store. I also have been debating on how I want to do my spice drawer. Instead of having a spice cabinet, now I'm changing to a spice drawer, but I think that makes so much more sense, especially since spices are so short, and really I don't need as many drawers as I have, so I think that makes a lot more sense.
Lights flash in the dark, I know you're coming back, aiming at my heart. And these things never come from me easily, no. But now I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, ready. Emotions repeating, though it's been so long. I know what you're thinking, I know. I wanna spend all our time now, for better or worse. I know the past is gone, and now you're all I want. 'Cause I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. For you, I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. For you, I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would, you know that I would. Lights flash in the dark. Just close your eyes and we'll be shooting stars. And you know I can.
One of my favorite updates that we've made in our kitchen has been this butcher block. It's so easy to care for, and I love that it switches things up between the black granite, and eventually I do hope to change up our black granite countertops to something white, but we're still saving up for that. But there's just something about the butcher block. It's so versatile. We can use it for projects. You can sit at the bar. It makes a great place to have my coffee. And I just really like it. I really like adding the wood tone to our space. What I'm doing here now is just actually sitting down to enjoy my coffee while it's hot, which is really one of those things as moms, we make it like a luxury, but you gotta make time for that. Even if I can't have my morning coffee, if I can wait till the afternoon and have it hot and really enjoy it, it's worth it, I think. While I'm sitting here, I'm also kind of writing out a master plan and putting down what I have in my mind for organizing a specific cabinet in our kitchen. I've got a few drawers that we're going to be doing today, and then also the 2 open shelves in our kitchen. So I was just writing that out. Right here you can see this empty drawer. I had taken everything out of here and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put back, what would be a good use of space. But what I ended up deciding is I wanted to make this like our workout station. I am really liking the idea of putting like items together, like things that you use for the same task, putting them all together. So anytime that we go to work out, these are the things that we're looking for, the bottles that we're looking for, my pre-workout. Having all of it together is just so smart, and I don't know why I didn't think of it before. But I do think that it was the book that I've been reading that gave me that inspiration. I mentioned it in a previous video, but it's called The Home Edit. And just being able to see other people's spaces organized and where they look really nice, but then when you really start to think, okay, how does this translate into my home and what would I arrange together, what would be practical and functional, you start to think about what things you use together every single day. And then it just works. So this drawer here, I'm just cleaning it out, and then I'm actually putting in our canning lids. I did go ahead and net these down a few days later, but for now I just threw them in there. And now here we are getting into some of the open shelving. This is a project that I had actually been planning out for a couple weeks. If you guys saw my last Productive Monday video, you'd see that I completely reorganized and bought specific containers for all of our baking goods, like the flour and sugar and all of that. This was a similar project where I mapped it out, I had ideas, I went out and bought containers, and I thought about how I could maximize this space.
Hey, don't you worry. Hey, don't you worry about a thing. You get what you're given, but it's never too late to spread your wings. It's tough now, but trust me, yeah, trust me. I know that we will make it through the storm, 'cause you and me been fighters since we were born. It's all over our bodies and hearts. Yeah, you and me been fighters.
It's funny, I have a lot of friends who give me a hard time about climbing up on our counters and getting to high things. I've just never been able to reach upper shelves, and I don't have a ladder. So yeah, let me know in the poll if you guys do the same thing and you climb on your counters, or if you actually use a proper ladder. And right here I'm just cleaning, and then also I wanted to mention the boxes that I've got up here. The center one is a recipe box that I got from Target a few years ago probably, and then these boxes are actually from the Magnolia with Hearth and Hand, but they actually have some really similar inexpensive boxes that you can use for this same sort of effect, and they're only $1.99 to maybe $2 or $3.99 at IKEA. So if you're looking for that type of box where you can organize things, I would highly recommend the IKEA ones. And then this is sort of a look at the containers that I have. A lot of these are just things that I already owned, like my glass pitcher and juicer, my Magnolia table cookbook. But these ones with the wood lids, and then also the clear like noodle jars. Those are ones I actually picked up also from the Container Store. I think I've gotten a lot of my inspiration from that book that I mentioned, The Home Edit. They use a lot of containers that are like clear glass or just see-through specifically, so that you know exactly what you have. And also having containers that are the same, it just gives a really nice aesthetic, but it's so practical. So these are pretty much all that I invested in for our projects for today.
When I walk alone. Uh-oh, can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know, I wanna know. If I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I could just stay the same or be winning the game. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I could just stay the same or be winning the game. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight.
I don't know if I can make the days go by like this right now.
I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone.
I don't know if this road is too long, guess I'll make it somehow.
Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. To win a surprise that you pay with this tonight. So keep playing hard and aim for the stars. Cause to win a surprise that you pay with this tonight.
I'm not gonna lose myself this
I'm
time.
not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah.
So this is the final product that I ended up with. And I have to say that the shelves look the best I think that they ever have since we moved in. I love that I was able to fit so many different things. In those boxes on one side, I've got like cake decorator tips and all of that for when we make specialty like cupcakes and sugar cookies and decorate and things like that. And then on the other end, we've got all of our popsicle making supplies. So during the winter when we're not using those, I can have them tucked up away there. But I also love that I'm able to store just so many things that we use all the time. But it looks cute, and it also used a lot of the upper space, so I'm excited about that. We did have some food up there that like I pretty much think it's expired, things that I had got that I've got in my like little mason jars that we haven't used, and I just didn't want to make a specific container for them because I wouldn't repurchase. So a lot of that stuff I was gonna have to compost. And then I also started on the stove that black rice there. That's some wild rice that I bought a long time ago, and I just never made it. Like, I mean, I've made it, but there was just a little bit left, like 2 cups. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna use this up and we'll have that for lunch. That's the best way to get rid of things that you don't really want to buy and have on hand all the time, but you just use them up because otherwise they'll stay in your cabinet for like a year. All right, so now we are gonna go ahead and tackle the day-to-day chores. This is just unloading the dishwasher, and then I'm also going to get rid of all of those dishes. Not get rid of, but I'm going to take care of all of those dishes that we had in the sink.
barrier for my thoughts. Turn off your phone and come looking for me. Let's do an IRL hide and seek. I need some downtime. I'll disappear into the shadows. I'll be facing all my fears. I'll take a break, away from you, from all lies. Now I'll be looking for the truth. Don't call me, I'll be far away from you. I need some downtime. I'll disappear into the shadows. I'll be facing all my fears. I'll take a break, away from you, from all lies. Now I'll be looking for the truth.
I'd have to say that my two favorite things to do while I'm washing the dishes would be either watching a YouTube video, especially like a clean with me, cleaning motivation type video like you're watching right now, or giving somebody a call, because when you've got a good chunk of time to do something fairly monotonous like folding laundry or dishes, you really have a good chunk of time that you can invest either in having a conversation with somebody on the phone. I would probably recommend using a headset rather than kinking your neck like I'm doing here. But it's really nice if you can just give somebody a call your grandma, call a friend that lives far away, maybe that you don't see as often, or call somebody who's down the street. Doesn't matter. It's always nice to touch base. Or maybe it's late, you don't have somebody that you could call. But being able to watch YouTube videos and just getting a little peek into someone else's day, see what they're up to, especially when you're watching content that is motivating and something positive, I think that it's a really nice thing to kind of distract us from some of the chores that we can eventually tend to dread. When you can do something else with your mind while you're working on it, it actually makes it go by so much faster. And now, about this time, the rice that I was cooking had gotten done, so I just wanted to go ahead and have a quick snack before we headed outside to tackle some of my outside chores.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, I just wanna
seem like odd timing, but this is actually when I am starting the early stages of planning for my spring garden next year. I'm just tackling some of the projects out in the yard. Here I'm just raking up some limbs that have fallen, and I know we're gonna have to do one last mow of our yard before like all the ice and snow kicks in. But I'm just sweeping all that up, raking rather, and I needed to trim back a lot of the plants. So here are our hydrangea bushes. These I like to take all of the dead flowers off and give it a really nice trim, take it pretty low. That way all of the good nutrients and everything goes back into the plant, and during the springtime everything is just gonna shoot up even better than it would if I had just left it big. So that's what I'm doing here. And then we're also gonna tackle my side garden bed, and Kaylee even finds a little straggler in the other garden, so stay tuned for that.
I walk through the fire, the sound of a lion. I found my way back in the end. Baby, I've fallen for you, and the way you make me feel. Don't need to pretend that I'm somebody else. With you I can't be myself. That sure is something else. Can we stay for a while until the fire's burn out? It's a shimmering light, setting is right. Just assumed we were more than just friends, 'cause I felt the tension in the room. Caught in emotion on every occasion. Laughter and hours of gloom. Can we stay for a while until the fire's burned out? It's a shimmering night, setting is right.
After finishing up with the hydrangeas, I wanted to give some attention to our blueberry bushes. We've had these ones I think for 2 years now, and they have been doing pretty good getting established. I'm not sure if there's something that I should be doing to help boost them as far as production, but there were a bunch of weeds and just grasses around them, and I knew that I wanted to get those out of the way, especially because I wanted to be able to mulch them. So we had just so many leaves around. I knew anybody that needed some mulch that I could just throw those around the base. So I'm just going ahead and clearing that out, doing a little bit of trimming on some dead ends. And you can see Landon there in the top right corner, climbing on the chicken coop like a little monkey. I didn't show my garden last year too much in video, but it really did amazing. I had some green beans, a lot of green beans, and then also I planted some zinnias from seed, and those guys just shot up. I had so many flowers that were just super tall. I probably should have notched them once they started to split. But seeing how successful I could be planting flower seeds just from packets, it's really gotten me excited to try out some more varieties from seed, and not just to use these beds for like produce and things like that, but also to use them for flowers, because flowers, fresh flowers, are something that I really love to bring inside the house, and I really think it just brightens everybody's day. So I really want to get more into them next year. My eventual goal with this bed to get it winterized is basically to take out everything that was bloomed out. Everything that I plant in here is annual, so at the end of the year there's no use in saving any of it. So I just till everything up, and then eventually I'm going to go ahead and till in some compost and get that all nice and fortified, ready for the next year. And then I'm going to cover it with mulch. The biggest reason for the mulch is to keep the potential weeds out, since I don't use any kind of like black weed cloth or anything. And then the biggest reason for compost, which I do make my own compost, is to fortify the soil, so to put all those vitamins and minerals back in there. Not to mention, we've cut our waste down by getting our trash pickup in a small container and only every other week by doing compost ourselves with our food scraps. So it's worked out all the ways around that you can look at it. Also, while I was working on this, Kaylee was in my other garden and she found one little straggler from last year. This was actually a volunteer plant, not something I planted, and it's always neat when your compost goes full circle and you get some free acorn squash out of the deal. Landon also found some volunteer tomatoes. These were actually ones that, it was a tomato plant I didn't even know had grown in there, but he kept finding more and more like green tomatoes and stuff, so that's always fun. Now that I'd gotten that raised bed mulched, I wanted to get these weeds out of here. I'm not even sure what these are, but they were the most difficult weeds that I've ever tried to get out. This walkway here is mainly rocky soil, and so these guys, I don't know, they're like cemented in. They've got the most sturdy roots, and they thrived on the rocky soil. So it was quite a bit of effort to get them out, but I was really glad to have them out, especially since they were starting to go to seed. So I don't even know what these guys were called, but it was starting to get dark at this point, so that is all I was gonna do for today. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because I'm gonna be uploading another Productive Monday where we actually go ahead and tackle that back bed and plant some bulbs and a bunch more cleaning and organizing projects. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did. You can also check out a recent Productive Monday to my left and another Clean with me to my right. See you all soon.